Yeah, yeah, roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And back here on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. Once again, my name is RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Before we get rolling, we got to give a shout out to some sponsors. Make sure you guys check out Transcend Wellness, 289 Oakwood Avenue in Troy. Check them out. They have everything you're looking for: flour, pre-roll, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it. They got it over there. They got a drive-through for you. It is warming up here, but still, if you don't feel like getting out of the car, pre-order online at transcendwps.com. Roll right through to the drive-through. You can also order online for a delivery service. You don't feel like leaving the house at all. Transcend WPS. They will set you up with the delivery. Junior and his squad doing big things over there. So shout out to Transcend. Once again, transcendwps.com, 289 Oakwood Avenue. Make sure you guys stop in there, check them out, let them know the Pitch Putt Puff crew sent you. And then also, we got to get into some of the homies. Whoops, where'd it go? Over at Shady Shafts, shadyshafts.com. These are wraps for your shaft, a bunch of different options. You got the camo wraps, the smoke effects, pretty much an option for every golfer out there. Go check them out, shadyshafts.com. Use promo code PUFF20 to save 20% and find something for that in your style you'll like. And you can also do some minor customizations where you can get your, like the ones I have the RGB on there. So on the smoke effect, with the smoke effect. So minor customizations they can do over there, shadyshafts.com, promo code PUFF20. These things are very easy to apply as well. It can be done within minutes. So go check them out and give them some support. Also, the guys over at Back Nine Botanicals. These guys really support the Pitch, Putt, and Puff crew. I just got a fresh batch of the Birdie Boost, the Moonlight Mulligan. What else is the new one here? This one here is the Tea Time Sunrise, 150 milligram. So this is one of the big boys, one of the newer products. These guys are really trying to take over the CBD game in the golf world. So make sure you guys go give some love to Back Nine Botanicals. Back9botanicals.com. You can use promo code TPUFF10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Then we got a new one. Mikey, I got a new one for you, brother. We got Athlete. Athlete, instead of IC at the end, it's HC. Athlete, ATHLETHC.com. Go check them out. They were just on the podcast the other day. Really dope guys. These guys, big time, man. They got some really cool partnerships. I have the variety pack here. So it gives you all three. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera. You got power, flow, and rebound. So pretty much something for every point of your day, the recovery. What they were telling me, these are hemp-deprived mints. So they're pretty much microdosing cannabis in a way. Okay. So when you get your buzz, you know what level you're at. You know, sometimes you take a chocolate or a gummy. It says 10 milligrams. You don't know if that 10 milligrams is in one side of the candy bar or the other kind of thing.
Right.
With this, you know what you're getting. I'm really excited to try them. I haven't had a chance to get into it yet, so I have a pack for you. I'll be bringing over. Which one are these? These are the wintergreen, the flow.
I think I had the what was it? The nighttime gummies. I think you hooked me up with.
The Moonlight Mulligans, baby.
Yeah. They actually, so far, they're the ones that have worked for me.
So it's the CBN, Mike. I'm pretty sure these Moonlight Mulligans. Let me double check before I'm talking out of turn. Yeah, these got CBN. CBN will put you to sleep, brother. Like, that's the one thing that I don't necessarily when I do take cannabis gummies, I was taking the jaunty CBNs, the Dreamberry ones. when they were a sponsor of the podcast, dude, those things used to put me down. And then I realized when I was talking to Beth from Canna Nutrition, she's like, it's not even the cannabis in there. It's the CBN that's taking effect in your body.
Yep.
I'm like, that makes sense because a lot of gummies don't do shit.
Yeah.
But those hit.
I don't ever get anything from edibles ever. They got me.
Yep.
They put me down. They gave me a good fucking 6-hour night's sleep. I don't ever get anything more than 2 hours. I'm usually up every 2 hours.
Tossing and turning. Yep. Same way, bro.
Yep.
And then tonight's smoke of the night, man. I took this out to the West Coast. 2 things out in the West Coast. Shout out to E-Zone and the Secret Menu. We got ourselves some orange chiclets here. Nice hash hole. Came along with a couple of the propane or no pan food. I love these propans, man. They're fire. So I do have access to some Secret Menu stuff that you can't get anywhere else. DM me if interested. And I got to give a shout out, Mikey. I'll get you one of these next time I see you. My man, A+ Products hooked us up with some pitch, putt, and puff embroidered hats. I do have a couple available for sale, not many. If you're interested, DM me and we can set something up. But yeah, Mikey, man, I haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks. You've been battling the bug here. It's been like
I was
3
on the
weeks,
brink
bro. 2 weeks.
Dude, it was since I think it was like a 2 or 3 days after we did the PSG thing with the Helium Boys.
You've been fucked up since then, huh?
Yeah, dude. It was weird because it was like I was sick for like a week, and then I started feeling better. I had like 3 days where I felt all right, probably about 80%.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking hit me again, dude. And
Same
it's
thing?
just been same thing. Chills.
You must have had flu A the first
sweats.
time and caught flu B the second time.
Yep. Cold and
Damn,
flu. I got hit with both of them, dude, because I was the temp, the fucking chills, the sweats. One night I had the nausea feeling.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yep.
That's the worst. Like, I could deal with the sweats and shit, but that plus being nauseous, like, you're going to get sick. I can't do that.
Dude, I'd never had it more than 3 days in a row. And this like you said, dude, this was what, back fucking.
Like, when I don't hear from you and like, or get like random Instagram posts, you know what I'm saying? Like some meme or something. Like, I'm like, yo, this dude's down for the count. But I also, at the same time, I'm not going to bother you. Hey, man, what are you doing? Obviously, you ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? If anything, playing video games.
Nah, we've been juggling, trying to like take care of the fucking grandkids and be sick and not sick and try and, between me and Jen's the same way right now. She was sick as hell. So it was like we were passing it back and forth, I think.
Yeah, that's probably what was happening. And the kids were bringing in something new every time.
But we avoided the kids to where they haven't really had anything yet. So
Good. They probably do. They just fucking fight it off better than we do.
Yep.
Fuckers.
My old ass starting to cripple me more and more as I get older.
Right. Yeah, I knew you were down for the count when you were like, bro, I can't go. We went mini golfing last week and we were like, dude, I'm out. I said, oh, fuck. Mikey's really fucking sick still, dude.
I would have loved to have gone and fucking given everybody some of it.
Yeah, it was funny, bro, because it was like we were 15 years old going to the mall again. Like, I met Anthony and we pulled up, smoked one and burned one in the car before we went in. Like, all these, I had this is literally, bro, I'm not even just saying this. These guys are just big supporters of the podcast, man. But like, this Cowboy Lemonade is like, it's in my top 5 all time of like smoke. It's not like it's because it's a 40% THC or anything crazy like that, man. It's just a good smoke. It's a good high. It's a hybrid. Like, it's what I'm looking for. It almost gives me that old school with the sour diesel where like it's got that taste that you want to go back and smoke it again because it tastes so good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not just saying it either. That's probably up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's up there in the top handful.
Yeah, so
they did a good job with that one.
And then they just released 8s. They have some 8s available up at Legacy. It's their partner for now. We got some things working on behind the scenes, trying to get them over this side of the river. So we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Everything's so technical nowadays. So you can't step on these toes and legalities and fucking.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy because it's like tough to, like for me, like I want to see these guys everywhere, but they're not big enough to be everywhere. Like I would go talk to every dispensary I know and be like, yo, listen, this is it. And they still work like regular jobs, so it's not like their full-time thing yet. So I feel like once they make it their full-time thing is when they just blow up. Just blow up.
He's got a nice little setup. His all his little babies. Every
Yeah,
once in a while
he
he
loves
does
it.
his little posts.
Yep.
Yeah,
He does
dude.
some good. He does some cool clips. Like I don't know who does. Or I do know the Lonely Stoner, Jason. He does all their editing and shit. He does some
Yep.
cool videos. Like had the pitch putt and puff, and then zoomed it in, and we're all of a sudden we're. I'm like, God, that's dope, man. I don't know how to do that shit. Fucking guy.
I gotta take that class, bro.
I know, but yeah, man. We went up there. We went up to Cross Gates, did the mini golf thing. It was there was 5 of us. Fairway bailed last minute. You were sick. So we were missing a couple of the guys.
I wanted to go so bad too,
I knew you
man.
did. Fairway was so Fairway, man, he's got to get a new mechanic. Every time this guy brings his car in for a fucking oil change, his car's gone for 3 days. I'm like, Mike, you can pull into Valvoline and drive in and out in 15 minutes with an oil change and an inspection, bro. What the fuck? He goes, I don't know. I've been going to this guy forever. I'm like, well, it's time to go somewhere else. So then I was like, yo, call me if you need a ride. I'll pick you up on my way. All right. I call him at we're supposed to be there at 6:00. I call him. I'm like, yo, where are you coming still? He goes, nah, I ain't got a car. Why didn't you fucking call me while I'm cooking a pot roast? Whatever, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care at this point. So it was me, Aunt, Brad, Hank, and JR. So we had a good little crew. It was a lot of fun. The setup was cool. Like I said, we were all fucking having a good time. I lost track of the score on the 11th hole. Like I fucked up somewhere and I couldn't figure out at that point where, so I just stopped keeping score. But it was close. Like me and JR were pretty close, but that was really about it. Like Jay probably got me down the stretch, but Brad had a hole in one, Hank had one, I think Ant had one, and I think Jay buried one. I didn't get one. I didn't get a hole in one, but it was fun. It was something to do, man, just to get the boys together. It was quick. It was only an hour at most.
Really?
In and out. Yeah, it was boom. There was nobody there. There's nobody there.
What is it? 18 holes?
Yeah, but I mean, the holes are 15 feet long, dude. You're getting ones and twos pretty much the whole time. It's glow in the dark and shit. It's cool for I've been there with my daughter and shit.
Okay.
But, I talked to the one girl who was working. She was the manager at the time. I said, can we do a company event? I'll bring 24 people here if we could do something like this in the wintertime. She's like, oh, yeah, we'll probably give you a deal if you do something like that. I'm like, well, I called a couple weeks ago and the guy didn't know up from down. So she started following the page on Instagram. So
yeah, there's a decent one out, some ice cream stand.
for outside.
Yeah, it's outside.
Yeah, I'm talking inside though. For the winter time,
right.
we want to do something inside.
But a nice one that's outside is I can't remember. I want to say it's up past fucking exit 14 maybe. You go out Route 50 or something.
Okay, there's that one, and then there's the one over in East Greenbush that's pretty good.
East Greenbush.
Yeah, it's Funplex over there. They got 36 holes or something crazy. So there's mini golf options, but once we can get outside, bro, we don't give a fuck about mini golf. Let's be honest.
Now Kirk fucking wants to go out fucking Tuesday.
King, I told him, I was like, bro, Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm in, but that's it. That's it right now.
He hit me up. He's like, come on. And I'm like, nah, dude. I said, I got to have a limit.
He's got 3 other people going, it looks like.
Is it? Does he really?
He said he's only got 1 spot, so good for. I mean, it's going to be Plug City.
It's probably him and his old lady.
And one of his homies.
Yep. Probably Anthony Jemay. Who's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there. When I was going through the pictures here, so what we're going to do today for the episode, I'm going to give you the front 9 of Frear Park. Break it down. I got some pictures. So, Mikey, when I was going through the pictures of our home course here, I got the new scorecards. Mike, when I was looking at it, though, nothing really changed.
You did get one?
No. I looked at the picture you sent, and then nothing really changed, though, as of the rankings of the holes. Shout out Uncle Sam. So that's pretty much The rating didn't change, just the scorecard itself changed. So I don't think any of the hole ratings actually changed.
Okay.
But the course itself did change. So let's pull up the first hole here. We'll give you a little review of what we play every Sunday. So this is an uphill par 4. You really want to get it, I'd say, about 100 yards, 150 yards out here is a good shot. The only trouble you're going to have on your second shot here, depending on where you are, is that bunker on the left. So, like, for example, Mike, I try to play a lot of the times. I play this hole to the right, just short of where that dot is, where the 80-yard dot is, and just to the right, kind of near the high stuff. It gives you a good angle, especially early in the year when those leaves aren't overhanging the hole on the right side.
Right.
It gives you a good angle at the hole. This green is probably one of the straighter greens. You do get a little bit of slope right to left going towards the road there. But
yeah, they take it easy on you. First green is usually they don't beat you up too bad. They trick you for what's next.
Yeah, exactly. They let you warm up here. This is a good warm up hole.
Yep.
A lot of room for error. Even to the left, you got a lot of room for error.
And don't let the 330-yard think, that's a short one.
Nah, because that's uphill to about 375.
Right. Yep. So the slope in play is about what do you say it is? About 375 with the slope?
Yeah, I think that's what we calculate. I think JR did it last year with his scope.
Yep.
375 to the pin. Good. It's a good startup hole. It's one of I do like this hole. It's a good startup hole. This next one here, though, real pain in the ass. Par 3. Now, this does no justice, this picture. Playing about 185 yards. Wind is usually in your face or blowing heavy left to right. This is sloped from the back of the green down to the front is just straight downhill. There's not much of a chance keeping it up above the pin. You don't necessarily want to be above the pin ever in this hole. If you are, you're in big trouble because you'll end up down in the front of the green. You really will. You'll end up on the front of the green.
Play the back and forth game.
I've seen a lot of 7s and 8s on this hole, man. I've seen it. We do a double par max, so like people walk out of there with a 6 and they're like, "Fucking thank God." Sometimes, it's still one of those holes. And what was the guy's name who did the construction? You remember?
Something Mangum.
Mangin. Mark something. Mark
Magnum or something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That.
Well, the guy who did it and Greg, this was one of the holes he said if they had some more money, they would have tried to fix this one up a little bit.
They should have. I mean, they have done quite a bit of work. It was like that whole left-hand side was absolutely torturous. Now it's kind of feasible.
Yeah, because if they let that shit on the left-hand side, right where that line's going, if they let that grow out, that's a problem too because you don't get the kick off of the hill.
Nope. It sucks it up.
Eats it right up, dude. It eats it right up.
But
yeah, that's probably
that tree right there on the right-hand side. Fuck that tree. They should hack that thing down. I hate
the
that
one
tree.
right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where my ball always ends up.
A lot of people do, man. But it also saves a lot of people on one from getting hit by a fucking golf ball. That's why that tree will never come down. And then this hole here is my fucking nemesis, man. This is the third hole. This one's also about 380. So, look at this hole in the first hole. It's very similar, just going downhill. It's uphill and downhill is what you're doing here. Yep. Plays hard right to left. So you want to play the right side. The ball's going to run right back down the middle of the fairway, sometimes all the way across the fairway, depending on the weather.
I like this hole. This is one of my favorite holes because my ball plays right into the hill.
Yep. And then
so
creeps
it'll get
its
a
way
little
back
bit of
down.
run out. Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind being up top. I don't mind being right on the right-hand side in the rough. This green, though, on your approach shot, you want to land it pretty much just past the bunker and let it slow roll onto the green. If you catch any momentum rolling into this approach shot, you're going off the back into some really thick rough over there. Like that shit
Right.
is Lizzo
Thick,
thick.
thick rough. But if you're catching steam, you're right there by the road.
Yeah, you're going. There's no if you
Like,
can't spin it, you're fucked.
yeah. And they did do a good job when they did redo it, putting that one trap right there on the right.
That's right where it needs to be too.
Yep.
There's you can see some of the construction on the green pictures I've used are still this is like a couple of years ago still. So
Yeah, you could see the sand trap right there at the 125 mark.
yep. Yep. That thing's trouble right there, man. Because a lot of people aiming for that end up not getting enough and get stuck in that. And then that's a tough shot coming out of there because you
Yep.
really just want to get it out and let it run down. You know?
Yep.
That's a tough green. That's a very undulated green.
It's tough. It's tough because right there at that sand trap, you're still 10 yards above the hole.
Yeah.
So getting height on it to get the ball to stop so it doesn't overrun the green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That's another hole where I've seen Steve do it where he's walked out of there with a 7 or 8 and just keeps boom, 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 tapping his ball around because he's so fucking pissed. And I've seen a lot of people do it. I've done it on that hole. I don't have many birdies on that hole. Like if you get a birdie on that hole, you fucking earned it pretty much. Let's see here. Then you go up the hill, one of the steepest hills on the course. People don't realize it. That's why I don't walk straight away. This is a par 4. You got nowhere to miss. This is the dead center. You got to hit the fairway on this shot because if you miss left, you're in trouble. You're blocked out by some trees. If you go right, you're back downhill on the 3rd hole. So you'll have a long way to go. There's really not much room for error.
Left is really the only side though that you can really lose a ball.
Yeah.
On the right, everything's usually findable.
Yeah, you're right. For the most part,
Tough shot though.
So this I feel is the hardest shot on the course is the second shot at Frear on the 4th hole. Because this is the hardest green to land, basically, is what I'm saying. This is the hardest green to land. It's very undulated. It breaks hard left to right. Pin placement's always a bitch on this hole. So there's a lot of guys who hit like a stinger and try to get it to blast off the face of the
use it as a
green.
backboard.
Yeah, and then just let it pop straight up and fall into the green. Like that's what a lot of the OGs in my league do. I'm like, I can't hit that shot, so I can't do that. So I try to hit my flop shot, and even when I hit it up there and it sits, and it just gets that little momentum, it's off to the fucking other side. So
yep.
That hole last year was my blow up hole most of the time, and it was because that second shot.
And shout out to Greg Tudor for hacking down that tree back in the day.
Saved it, dude. He saved that green,
Saved that green like there is no tomorrow.
That grass was always dead. There was always fucking leaves all over it.
Dead veins running through it where puddles used to sit and shit.
Just sit there. Remember this puddle used to sit in the middle of 4?
Yep, and just burn. The sun would come out on that puddle and just burn it dead. Yep. Yeah, he saved that whole green.
He really did.
Down that tree.
He really did. Then this is a fan favorite. The only problem here is there's always a fucking hold up on this hole, man. The goalie hole. The goalie hole. So this is a fun hole. It's about 200 to get it over the gully. But you're down there, man. You're down there. That's a tough shot. This is an easy hole now for fairway playing from the senior tees. He's like 170 to the fucking pin from down the hill, and he can do that. He had a bunch of eagles last year up there. He almost had a fucking one up there.
Where's the senior tees on this one now?
They're down the bottom of the hill.
Where at the 192 mark right there, huh?
Yeah, right below. Probably, yeah. He's probably about 200 up.
Oh, man. I can't wait to be playing them seniors.
Bro, hitting a pitching wedge up there. You know what I mean? Fuck. Nah, this hole's fun. We used to have parties on this hole back in the day. This hole's got a bunch of like cool stories. I've seen a bunch of eagles, bunch of guys overdrive the greens on this hole. Seen some guys lose their shit on this hole. I've seen guys hit people on 6 on this hole. This hole's fucking. But you're
I'm
always
al-
waiting. You're always
I'm
waiting on this hole.
I'm always at the gully. I'm always down in the gully, dude.
Yep.
I think I've made it to the fairway maybe 3 times my entire life.
I mean, it's a good pop, dude. You got to hit it a good solid 200 to carry
Yeah.
just to get it. Oh, you have to carry it to 200.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can't hit 175 and run it up. You got
And
to carry it 200.
it's weird because the landing area right there, right before the 192 mark, is still kind of uphill.
Yeah, it's a slope.
It's,
Yep.
it's got a good slope, so it's like a backboard. I've hit it into it a couple times and it's killed my ball.
You can also, if you do make it over and say you land right where the mark is, at about I don't know 192, you're probably 100 yards out at that point.
Right.
90 to 100 yards out. If you have momentum and it's a dry day, that ball's rolling into the rough down the hill on the other side.
Absolutely.
So you can get in trouble that way too, for sure.
Yeah, I've watched a couple people drive the green.
Yeah, I've seen it. This dude Anthony had, not Anthony that plays with us, but one kid Anthony plays in the Friday night league, had a hole in one on that hole. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's
fucking
nice.
Albatross hole in one, everything, all in one shot. Got it all. That's fucking dope, right?
Right.
I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, man, I just went for it. Like, fuck it. It could happen, man. Bubs came close a couple times.
Yeah. Anthony's come. He's landed the green, passed the green once.
I got a minor update on Bub. I don't know if you've seen in the text. He's thinking he might be missing the first month of the season. So
why? What's going on with him?
With the back issue still, he's been going to the doctor, getting it looked at and all that shit. So it looks like he'll be out at least the first month. So hopefully we get him back sooner than later.
What's his deal with work, man?
I haven't really talked to him.
No?
Nah. I think he's got to get that back situation taken care of before he really can do anything.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens with the Bubster, and then we got Jay thinking about fucking fleeing town and going for warmer pastures. So I don't know.
I don't blame him.
Nah.
I don't blame him, dude. I don't blame him.
If
I had a choice and I could move my job to South Carolina, I'd go in a heartbeat.
It was just that wasn't fires. That was fires in fucking Long Island right now. You see that?
Yeah. Yep.
These fuckers. Dude, let's finish these holes up before we get political.
They're all oddball.
Yep.
It's all weird.
Hole 6. I feel like this is a birdie hole. Long as this is an easy hole. This is an easy hole if you play it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. If you stay below.
Yes.
Stay below the hole on your second shot. Stay below the hole.
Yep. Just get it out there. Get it clean into the fairway. Give yourself a nice look up. Get it, a little bit to the right is okay because you're getting clear past that hill on the left to give yourself a view for your second shot. This does play left to right off the second shot, but you just got to keep it below the hole. If you're up above that hole, you're trouble.
You're done.
Very similar to the second hole.
Absolutely.
Very similar to the second hole.
Yep. They definitely make sure that you're below the hole. If you don't, then you're definitely at least 2-3 putting.
Yeah, that's the other thing, dude. When I'm talking to people that play like Eagle Crest or Van Patten, Fairway, Half Moon, Airway Meadows, whatever. Like, I think about like scores and stuff, and I'm like, yo, if I look back at some of my rounds and where I was above the hole on like 6 or 2, and I ended up 3 putting or even 4 putting because I tapped it and it rolled all the way to the bottom kind of thing. You know the shots I'm talking about.
Yep.
Like those strokes, like what's the difference? Like if those guys come up there and got a putt like that? Like what's their score? You know what I mean? Like when guys are like, oh, I shot a 78 here, I did this and that. I'm like, yeah, were you putting like I had a putt though? You know what I mean? Like that's always the thought in my head when people talk about different courses.
Yeah, people don't get it. Like Frear Park will punish you.
These greens will punish you.
The greens will punish you, and he's making them. I've noticed he's making them worse and worse and worse because the spin on them are unbelievable now.
Yep.
Like he's got these greens so hard in the middle of the summer that if you do miss, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Like that July, that August rounds, dude. When it's cooking out, man, you're fucked. Like you got to really putt it accurate to be. Your misses have to be within a hula hoop to make the next one.
The hole's on the bottom of the green, at the front of the green on this one, and you end up at the top. And next thing you know, you know what I mean. You don't even touch the ball, and it's 10 feet past it, and then you're chipping back up towards the hole, and then the next thing you know, you got a fucking snowman on your card.
Yeah, so we're think about what we're talking. So first hole, not too bad, pretty good warm up hole. The greens are pretty not they're friendly. The green's still fast, but it's a little bit nicer to you. Second hole, got to stay below the hole. If not, fuck. Third hole, undulation, ball can break any which way. Tough hole to putt. Fourth hole, another tough hole on the green where you got that heavy left to right where you're going back down towards 3. The gully, same thing. The gully's not an easy green either because it's the slope left to right. There's not a good place to really stick the ball in, depending on where the pin is. You have to play it somewhere else. You can never attack the pin on any of these holes.
Yep. On the gully hole, you put it up on the left, and a lot of times people will just run right over, right off the edge on the right-hand side of the green.
Yep, so, right off the back, or it will go down and it will have so much momentum it rolls off to the right side if you're looking at it. So
and then you're right there on the border of the woods.
It's a lot of knowing the course. Like my buddy Mike, he came out a couple times, and he plays up north a lot. And he's like, oh, this course seems pretty easy. I'm like, bro, it's easy till you get to the greens. He's like, bro, I think I 3-putted every fucking hole in the front nine. When I seen him at the turn, he was fucking throwing his arms up and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, it's a tough course. It's a really tough green.
When you're standing on the tee boxes, it's a false sense of okay, it's wide open. You can play from other fairways on other holes and stuff, and you still play through. Yeah. So that part is good. When you get to the greens, this is where it's going to beat you up.
Exactly. People don't get it, and this is the 6th hole. Like we're saying, you got to keep it below. And then let's see who's popping in here. Oh, no way. Get the fuck out of here. We were just talking about you.
Me?
Yeah, man. Birdie Bub. What's happening,
Birdie
brother?
Bub.
Oh, shit. What's up?
How you doing, kid?
Not
we
good.
were just talking about how you're possibly going to miss the first month of the season, and unfortunately with the back injury still.
I just got home. You guys aren't on there?
Yeah, we're just breaking down the course, man. We're about to roll into hole 7. Here we go. 7th hole. We got a par 5, dog leg right. This hole you got to hit a good one. You can't really miss. You got to keep it pretty much center, a little bit left. If you go too far left, you're in trouble down on 8. You go to the right, you got a blind second shot. You can go through Mager Alley if you want to, but it's usually closed most of the year. I've done it a few times, but usually looking at a punch out for your second shot if you don't get one out there. A good 240, 250. This is an eagle. You can get an eagle here. I've seen people do it. I've done it a couple times myself.
Tough.
It's a tough one, but if you get it out there and get a nice roll,
you got to be out there by that 244 marker right there where it is.
It's but
like
you can have like 130, 140 yard shot going uphill. So I've seen people do it. Bub's hit a bunch out there to where he can make something happen on the second shot. Well, Bub, you got any eagles on that hole?
No.
No?
Nope.
You had a couple bombs out there last year, though.
But I didn't think you were going to be on here. So I got to take off. I got to go play War.
Oh, shit.
Go play War.
All right, homie. Good checking in, Bub.
Card game.
Yeah, that game's the shit, man. All right, homie.
Peace.
All right.
Later, Bub.
I'll talk to you probably when I'm done.
All right. Birdie Bub, folks.
Hell yeah.
Make an appearance. making an appearance.
Yeah, but back to hole 7, man. Later, bro. This green also, another example of fucking straight downhill. If you're looking at the green, it rolls right to left, but it's layered now. So they redid. This was this was the first one they did. It was layered from. Let's see. It was pretty much just a slope. Now it's about 3 layers. So it gives you a few different options for pin placement, where he can put it, but it still rolls like a son of a bitch, man.
You gotta have the art of the flop shot, man. When you're around this green, the flop shot, it's either flop or die.
You really do. You know, the other thing I want to mention too before I forget is the tee boxes on all of these holes are fucking pristine. You don't realize it until you go somewhere else. I'm not going to name names, but when you go somewhere else and you're standing uphill, you got to put the tee down like below your feet, like certain shit like that. You don't realize how good you got it when you're at Frear.
This hole right here is a notorious hole where he used to just throw fucking 2 little tee things in and be like, here, post up anywheres.
Yeah, and now this one too is moved because we used to be up on the right hand side on the blue tees. Now it's got a whole different tee box for the whites, which is nice because it gives us a little bit better of an angle to get one out there.
And I think Andy's got an actual tee box down there for the seniors right there.
Seniors and the women's tees.
Yeah, which wasn't there before.
Yep. Same thing with the second hole. They re-tiered it a bunch. The second hole and the third hole. The third hole is my enemy because they put that one for the seniors right in my way, and I blast off of that thing with my low stinger all the time. I probably did that 40 times last year, easy. So
that hole killed me. They did do a good job with leveling them all out.
Everything's level, dude.
Everything gets rotated now, so each part of the tee box has a time heel, and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not hitting out of divots and shit all day. It's legit. It's really, they do.
Greg's got his shit together.
He does do a great job with that shit. Now, this one here, hardest hole in the course. We got the 8th hole. Looking at it, looks like the easiest hole in the course, just a straight shot. Unfortunately, it plays extremely left to right. That is all downhill. There is a bunker pretty much where the dot is. Now to the left side, there is a fairway bunker there, which is a great landing spot, but they take it away from you with that bunker. That's where you want to hit it, but you can't because of the bunker. So it is a extremely challenging hole because there's the same thing. You try to land the green on this one, it's just going to roll right off the right side.
I'm always over at the cart path.
That's a good play coming up at it though. That's a good play. You almost want to play it right to left to right and hit it up at the hole.
Yep.
That's a tough shot though, bro. There's not an easy shot on this hole except the tee shot.
I can't believe it's only 371. It just seems like it's so much longer than that when you're on the back tee box.
Yeah, this one's tough, bro, because there's really not an easy shot any which way you look at it. Even your putts.
You got all these trees on the left-hand side who guard the left to right slice.
Yep.
Which always, that's what puts me down by the cart path.
Yep, but yeah, what do you go? Cart path up by the bunkers and then chip on up?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good play though. A little
always
bump.
Always on the right side of the fairway, man. Always on the right side of the fairway.
It's not a bad play. It's not a bad play at all. And then we'll wrap up here with the 9th hole.
9th hole. Got
par 3. This
is the hole that got the most money dumped into it, isn't it?
Yep. This is the layered tee boxes here. This is the head cut down a bunch of trees on the left hand side. This is a tough one though. This is the same thing. There's no landing spot on the green if you can't put action on the ball. for the most part. You got to play it to a spot and roll it up on there.
Yep.
It's the best way to play these situations. Always windy. This is a very windy hole. Wind's always in your face in this hole. Plays 174, probably more playing 185 I think that's from the blues there though. Whites is more about 150-ish, I believe. So
I want to
tough
say
hole.
for some reason I want to say 163 is sticking out in my head.
Yeah.
I want to
Sounds
say
about right.
that's about what the white tees generally are, is in the 160-ish range.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it's a tough. I've seen a couple. Kirk had a great shot. I should have pulled that up.
That's on camera too. That's a good
Kirk
one
had a
too.
great shot. We had the double angle on that one. He almost stuck one for the hole in one. That was like one of the last rounds of the year up there last year. I seen one of the guys
Shout
in
out
our
to my DNA.
one of the guys in
Sticking
our
pins.
league had on the impossible pin tournament. Obviously had the luckiest shot of his life and nailed the hole in one on that hole. Made like $800 off of that fucking shot. And crushed it.
All the par threes. Par threes are my nemesis. I can't stand them. I get on the tee box and I think I get in my own head. Like I gotta. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect.
Just get it up there. That's what I try to say to myself. Get it up there. Figure it out from there.
I gotta start using that mindset, because it's like, hole in one chance. Got to be perfect. Got to be perfect. Got to be perfect.
It crosses your mind every time you approach a par three. Hole in one chance. You're not a golfer if it don't. Literally. But that's the time like where you do cut it out. Like all right, I'm just gonna get this up there. And those are the ones that you do play good and you get them close. Like on the back 9-13, I always play that hole pretty good for the most part. It's one of those you just hit it straight and hope for the best. That's all. Just hit it fucking straight. Same thing here.
I'm always down by the sand trap on this one.
Yeah, I'm always up to the left. I always pull it on this hole, or I go long to the backside and fucking chipping it back up. Got to use the flop shot.
4 hybrid. Usually get my little bit of a slice, and then the next thing you know, I'm down by that fucking
fucking trap. That's how a lot of people are, man. And it's always a tough little poke up there.
And that's like one of the only soft spots in all of Frear Park, I think, where it's like really soft sometimes.
Right where that bunker in the fucking green right there.
Yep.
That's it, dude. Fuck.
He's done so much work to this hole.
Oh, this hole was
that whole left side right there, the cart path,
the drainage, everything.
The drainage going across the fairway right there in the middle. Like that used to always be a swamp.
Dude, that used to bubble up. Like it used to fucking flood from. I remember I was walking over there one day. Looked for my ball, and all of a sudden it went bloop, and there was a big like bubble under the ground. I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
That shit was wild.
Like with them bubbles that you see on Instagram and videos that the water stays underneath the turf.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Fucking dope. But yeah, man, that's a breakdown of the front. We'll break down the back at a later date. It's funny, Bub didn't mean to pop on, but he hopped on there. I seen him pop in. I was like, let's see. Oh shit, Bub's hopping on. He's probably like, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that.
Speak of the devil.
I know, literally just talking about him. But yeah, man. Mikey, glad you're feeling better. Soon enough, dude. We're a couple weeks away here.
And
couple weeks.
I'm actually gonna entertain the thought maybe of going out Tuesday with Kurt. It'll be a last minute thing. I doubt it though. I'll probably bail. I'm an old man.
It's either gotta get really cold today or on Monday, or dude, it's gonna be so wet.
He says it's gonna be like, oh dude, it's gonna be 65. It's gonna be 65 for like 2 minutes.
But even in the 50s is cool, but it's gonna be so muddy, dude.
It's gonna take a little while to get to 65 because it's supposed to start the morning at like fucking 35 degrees.
Yeah, bro, that's gonna be so. In every shot you hit, you're gonna have to go looking for in the mud.
Yeah, I think
it's just gonna be plug. It's too wet.
I'm not doing that yet.
And they're going to charge you full price over there too.
Right.
That's crazy. But yeah, nah, ain't worth it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let Kirk do it.
Yeah,
He's young.
He's young. He's young enough. He's young and dumb. He'll figure it out.
Let him go get his stick muddy.
Yeah. No Diddy. Fucking guy. No Diddy. But yeah, that's a breakdown in the front. We had a good time out there, mini golfing. This episode, when am I gonna put this out? I'm gonna do a bonus episode for Monday. Gonna have Daddy's Caddies, a couple California girls. Michael from Legends linked me up with. They're I don't even know what to say without being inappropriate. They're dope. They're dope. They're super dope. They're full of energy and they're bringing some entertainment to the golf course in a really cool way. But yeah, their Instagram page is popping. Check them out. Daddy's Caddies. Check them out on Instagram for sure. They're a fun group. If we do the pitch putt and puff tournament, they might come out here. Do some
really?
Yeah, might hang out for the tournament. We'll see what happens.
There we go.
So
let's do
interesting. It'll be interesting. This is where I think we give Big Steve his moment. You know, single guy.
It's your time to shine, Big Steve. Your time to shine.
Bro. That's it, big homie. But no, Mikey, appreciate you fucking jumping on, man. Make sure you guys go check out the new sponsor though. Athletic. Instead of IC, it's HC at the end. Check them out. It's
Athlete HC.
Yeah, Athlete HC. Athletic. But instead of IC, it's HC.
Get that THC in you.
.com. Use promo code PUFF. Use promo code PUFF for a special discount. Make sure you guys check it out. I'm going to get into it. Probably try them out tomorrow. See what they're all about. After I got a doctor's appointment.
Let's see about maybe possibly getting a range session out at like exit 8. I think I heard the other boys doing something, right? Anthony and Brad.
Yeah, I'll do something. The fairway's been over at Route 4 a bunch. I've been driving by and seeing his car over there. He's been hitting golf balls for weeks. He's like, I'm ready, man. I was like, what, you've been swinging a club? He goes, yeah, well, winter. I go, bro, that VR shit does not count, dude. Like, it just does not count.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
His first fucking his first 5 holes after the VR thing, when we were doing the sim, he was like, damn, my club feels so heavy, man. My club feels so heavy. Used to this VR thing now.
Yeah, just swinging some fucking Wii golf fucking club, dude. Fuck out of here. He's the best, man. I see him every day. Hey, man. Dude, at the new store, I got everybody calling him like Fairway. Hey, Fairway. He goes, I don't even know these people, Raj. He goes, I don't even know these people. I'm like, well, fucking RGB, man.
Fucking RGB, man.
Yeah, because the one day this lady goes, hi, Mike. I go, after he walked away, I go, yo, he's not Mike anymore. She goes, what? I go, he's Fairway. She's like, okay, I'll call him that. I go, every time you see him, I go, you got to tell everybody else when they see him, it's Fairway. And then she fucking loves it every day. He's like doing his little hands up. He does. He definitely does. He's a fucking celebrity, man. Local celebrity.
All right, kiddo.
Let's do it Wednesday.
All right.
Let's link up one of these Wednesdays and we'll maybe even pop up the fucking PSG if it's weather pending, get a range set. I got to bring my pitching wedge and 3 hybrid up there. I've just been so fucking busy.
I was going to say, you were supposed to do that before I got sick.
Yeah, I've been just fucking busy, dude.
Yeah.
Softball starting up too. I got to do a clinic, throw some ground balls and shit.
Coach RGB.
Hell yeah, no doubt. All right, homie. Make sure you guys check out all our sponsors. Back Nine Botanicals, Athletic, Shady Chefs, and Transcend Wellness. Appreciate all of them. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And we will check you on Thursday with another episode from the Pitch Putt and Puff. Later.
Peace.
Yeah. Legends on the green, hitting shots so clean. Yeah. Mo, roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough.